There we go. There's the setup. Okay. I have to hold this sunflower little dealie for my middle daughter's preschool graduation. That is right, preschool graduation. Because we live in the middle class, and this is what we do. And for all the money that we spend taking her to daycare, then there's more celebrations. And this one, my first daughter, hers happened right when COVID happened, so hers was a little more safe. They were wearing masks. Everybody backed their trucks into a specific spot, and then we kept our distance, yada yada yada, and it was still fun though. But gone are those days, so we get to play at a park. And excuse me, my wife said get some flowers for little miss, and this is what I got. And then I thought it would be cool if it came with like a little jar, so she could play with the jar later on, after the fact, after the flowers go bye-bye. Because kids love playing in the backyard with jars and buckets and stuff, and although it's glass, now that I think about it, I'm gonna break eventually. Oh well. And this is my kid that breaks everything within 5 minutes of touching it too, so now that I think about it, I might not have planned this part too well, but too late now. I'm not gonna go return a $10 thing of sunflowers in a mason jar. Yeah. Graduating. We're like celebrating basically that they're gonna go on to kindergarten. There won't be any daycare next week, but then she's gonna go back to the same place for another 5 weeks during the summer. So to me, why are we not graduating a week before they go to kindergarten? That would seem more influential, but that's what's happening today. So she's 5, and I don't know where the years went. She was born like a little over a year before the pandy wandy, and I'm not even sure why I said that just now, but I remember having just two of them during a couple of days during the week, just by myself during the pandy in the beginning, and we just sat at home and played, and it was fine. They didn't even know any different, to be honest. But she's been excited about this little graduation thing, which makes me think they've been practicing singing and dancing and stuff like that. And also just how much I've been dreading this social interaction all week, which really reminds me just how much I guess I just don't like parties and having to talk with people, which is I'm always making this a bigger deal in my head than it has to be, because half the time I go and I have fun and it's totally fine, but just one of those overthinker worry wards, and I'm reminded that I haven't tried to be nice or make friends with any of the other parents or really the teachers. I just drop my kids off and pick them up, which is okay. I'm starting to realize I'm just falling into that certain sector of people in the world that just the daycare that's what it is. It's daycare. You don't have to make a full-on bond with everybody you come across in this world. The people that do, kudos, good for you. Good for you guys that you possess that ability to be totally comfortable and charismatic and can have a conversation about anything all the time. That's just not me, apparently. But also, like, how would I know? I don't really put any effort into it. And the one thing I've really started to latch onto and grasp and really understand, I'd say in the last month or two, since I geared my drinking way back, is that communication is the key to everything in life. And it's something that we preach all the time as coaches, just because it's something obviously I heard people say, a lot of coaches say year after year, and it's true, but I don't think you really start to understand it until it makes sense to you in your own life, and just how important everything, or how much easier everything can be is if you treat it like you should over communicate like everything. And don't just assume because you texted somebody that they received that text and they understand what was meant and the tone. You could just take 10 seconds and call them. For example, the other day I had to drop some materials off to one of our workers, and I put it in the back of his car and I texted him, and then also I was like, you know what, let me just give the guy a ring. I'll talk to him for like 6 seconds, 7 seconds, let him know it's in the back of the car, and at least now we have that link of communication where I can say, yeah, I talked to him, and he heard, and he understands, and he knows that it's there. Not just, I put it in the back of the car, I texted him, then he never looked at his phone, and then he didn't know it was there, and time was wasted. If we over-communicate stuff, then we're not wasting as much time. The clarity in the life between the two people can be a lot more, not fluid, but that's making everyone's life a little bit easier. And as a coach, you've got to communicate, not just in the sense like, hey guys, when we're playing this sport, we should talk as much as possible about what is going on, what's the play, what are the things we're going to audible to each other so we know how to all get on the same page. Now, I think this year I'm really going to try and do better at is communicating with each individual player so I have a better grasp of who everybody is as a person. And from there, cherry Coke, so good. And from there we can feel a little bit more united. And I think that takes more time. You're going to have to check in with players more each day. I mean, in a perfect world, you could check in with each player for at least 1 minute each day, and everybody feels like their coach sees them. In reality, let's say you have 12 players on your team, that's 12 minutes, but you're going to spend more time with some kids, maybe less time with others. I'm spilling my soda? No, I'm not. But how would I know unless I tried? Which I don't do a great job of. And I just haven't. I think I've always pressed for time and getting practice started, and I'm going to make a more conscious effort to do that this season. And I'm going to practice during the girls' season this year when I'm an assistant coach. And this should be a good help because I'm usually very standoffish in girls' season because I treat myself as the go-between between the coach and the other players, because I want the coach to this is not my season to be head coach. It's my season to be an assistant to the head and help them facilitate whatever their vision of the season is, because it's it's different for everybody, and I'm still learning. As an assistant coach, I feel like I learn more about myself as a coach than when I'm head coaching, and I have more stuff mentally to think and take care of. But a personal check-in with each player each day, I think it's going to go a long ways. And check in about their life outside of volleyball, their position or their place on the team currently, and I don't know, just a way to get to know someone, because you can't have all these like bonding weekends and whatnot where you can feel like you're connected with everybody all the time. And for the girls season, I don't ever go on any of those because I'm a dude, and it's just not, I don't feel comfortable doing that. But yes, this year, talking to the players every day for at least a minute or two, it could help, I think.